Why? A man whose entire lifetime was devoted to his craft. He could handle business, but behind the discipline lived a sharp sense of humor, a playful spirit, and a fearless confidence. Bruce Lee carried himself boldly, yet he never claimed
Now, you get out of
greatness
here.
he
I'm warning you.
couldn't prove. Those
You
who
bastards
worked
can't push
beside
us
him
around.
remember his infectious energy, his love for life, and his ability to turn every moment into something meaningful. He wasn't simply a fighter, he was a thinker, a teacher, a philosopher in motion. To Bruce, martial arts were not about violence, but self-discovery, discipline, and honest self-expression. Long before the world knew his name, destiny had already begun shaping him. On November 27, 1940, in San Francisco, in the Year of the Dragon, Bruce Lee was born into a family of performers. His father, Lee Hoi-chun, was a respected opera actor, while his mother, Grace, feared losing another child and gave Bruce a feminine nickname in hopes of protecting him from bad spirits. The name Bruce, given by a hospital nurse, would soon become legendary. When World War II intensified, the family returned to Hong Kong, where young Bruce entered the film industry before he could even read. By the age of 6, he was acting in movies, already displaying the confidence, expressions, and charisma that would later define him. Yet life in post-war Hong Kong was harsh. Street gangs ruled neighborhoods, and young Bruce often found himself in fights. Though physically small and nearsighted, he refused to back down. One brutal beating finally convinced his parents to enroll him under the great Wing Chun master, Ip Man. There, Bruce learned not only combat, but control, the efficiency of movement, the power of timing, and the philosophy that strength alone meant nothing without awareness. But despite his training, the street battles continued until a violent incident involving police forced his parents to send him to America for his own safety. At just 18, Bruce left Hong Kong behind, unaware he was stepping towards a destiny that would reshape martial arts forever. Seattle became Bruce Lee's new beginning. Working in a restaurant by day and attending the University of Washington by night, he studied philosophy while quietly teaching martial arts to curious classmates. Word spread fast. Students were amazed not only by his speed, but by his ideas, that fighting should adapt, evolve, and flow like water. Eventually, Bruce opened his first martial arts school, teaching anyone, regardless of race, a radical act in an era when traditions demanded secrecy. It angered many in the Asian martial arts community, leading to a legendary challenge match meant to silence him. Bruce won, but the fight took longer than he believed it should have. That moment changed everything. He began redesigning combat itself, blending Wing Chun, boxing footwork, fencing timing, and wrestling control into what he would call Jeet Kune Do, the way of the intercepting fist. His philosophy was simple: absorb what is useful, reject what is useless, and create what is uniquely your own. Around this time, Bruce married Linda Emery and started a family, determined to prove that discipline and dreams could overcome prejudice. Fame slowly followed when he appeared as Kato in The Green Hornet in 1966. Audiences had never seen movement so fast that cameras struggled to capture it. Although the show only lasted one season, Bruce became the breakout star. Still, Hollywood refused to see him as a leading man. Roles were limited, opportunities blocked by racial bias, and his dream of starring in American films repeatedly crushed. Financial struggles returned. To support his family, Bruce trained Hollywood celebrities like Steve McQueen and James Coburn, turning his private lessons into one of the most sought-after programs in Los Angeles. Even a severe back injury that doctors claimed would end his fighting career couldn't stop him. Through sheer willpower, brutal training, and relentless discipline, Bruce rebuilt his body stronger than before. Yet the dream of cinematic greatness remained just out of reach. Frustrated but determined, Bruce returned to Hong Kong, where something unexpected happened. The Green Hornet had become a massive hit. Fans mobbed him in the streets. Studios suddenly saw him as a superstar. Within months, he signed film deals that would change action cinema forever. With films like The Big Boss and Fist of Fury, Bruce Lee shattered box office records across Asia, introducing speed, realism, and raw emotion never before seen in martial arts movies. His fights were not dances, they were explosions of precision and purpose. He brought weapons like the nunchaku into global pop culture and showcased philosophy within violence. When he wrote, directed, and starred in Way of the Dragon, his legendary battle with Chuck Norris demonstrated the very heart of Jeet Kune Do, adaptability defeating brute force. Hollywood finally noticed. Enter the Dragon became his international breakthrough, positioning Bruce as the world's first global martial arts superstar. Yet, just as his dreams were becoming reality, tragedy struck.
Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup. It becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
In 1973, while working in Hong Kong, Bruce collapsed after suffering severe brain swelling caused by a reaction to medication. Despite efforts to save him, Bruce Lee died at just 32 years old. The world was stunned. Millions mourned. Rumors spread of curses, revenge, conspiracies, but medical evidence confirmed it was a tragic accident. His funeral drew massive crowds across continents. Though his life was short, his impact was immeasurable. Bruce Lee didn't just make films, he changed how the world viewed combat, culture, and human potential. He inspired generations of martial artists, athletes, philosophers, and filmmakers. His teachings live on in modern MMA, fitness training, and self-development philosophies. Even after his death, his unfinished films became global successes, cementing his mythic status. The tragedy deepened when his son, Brandon Lee, died in a freak accident on a film set decades later, a painful reminder of life's fragility, not a curse, but cruel coincidence. Today, Bruce Lee remains more than a legend. He is a symbol of discipline, courage, innovation, and limitless human potential. He showed the world that strength without wisdom is empty, and that true power comes from adaptability.